Hi, and welcome to another episode of Starship Gaming. Before we get started, I cannot stress enough, do not forget to subscribe. It really helps out, it helps the channel grow, and if we can't get enough subscriptions, we can't keep making more videos. We simply won't have the motivation to keep making them. So go ahead and before we get started, just go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and if you like the video, like it. And don't forget to hit the bell if you want notifications of when we make more awesome videos. Now let's jump right into today's topic. This is actually a video, or I should say a series of videos that I've been thinking about for a few years now, at least since before this show was even a thing. It's simple as this. It's a top 5 list of best Nintendo 64 games. When I was growing up, I always loved 64. And you couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. Like, I remember my parents, they got the Sunday paper, and you would always rush to see the ads and see what they had for sale, and you would be greeted to something like this. And the 64 was just a really big thing. I mean, I even remember a time I walked into a Big Lots, and they were selling some of the Pokemon Pikachu Edition 64s, which I begged my dad to buy. This was like circa, I don't know, 2001, spring, summer 2001, and they were literally selling these things for $99 in a Big Lots. So today I'm going to go over what I consider a top 5 best Nintendo 64 games list. Of course, these are completely my opinion. You have the right to disagree, but yeah, let's jump right into it. Number 5, BanjoKazooie. BanjoKazooie was one of those games that I vaguely remember renting. We had a Blockbuster Video, and eventually it closed and became, I don't know why, a movie gallery. When it became movie gallery, they rented Nintendo 64 games out, I believe, until late 2005, and we were able to still rent BanjoKazooie, which was really fun on a Friday night. And this game, it was developed by Rareware, which is now known as Rare, which is owned by Microsoft. And it was just one of those games that it had that classic charm. You play as Bear and Bird, which that's literally their names. I don't think they ever gave them names. I don't really keep up to date on BanjoKazooie or what they're doing today. I know there hasn't been a BanjoKazooie game in quite a while, for well over a decade. So, why I put this on the top 5 list, it's well recognized. It's definitely one of the best games. In fact, I had a really hard decision between this and Conker's Bad Fur Day. And I wouldn't consider Conker's Bad Fur Day in the top 5. I would put it in my top 10, though. But it was a really hard decision to narrow it down, and I just felt like BanjoKazooie was more of a recognizable game than Conker's was. So if you were hoping Conker's was on this list, I'm very sorry. If we do a top 10 list, I would definitely put it at number 6, though. So BanjoKazooie, number 5 on the list. Number 4 is Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 64. I had many great times with this game. This was a game you could pretty much sit down and you could complete it in less than 30 minutes or so. And it was just a really fun game to play. I remember when I was a kid, I used to beat everybody, all the kids in the neighborhood, because they were just, they just didn't know how to play it, I guess, or they just weren't good enough. I always went with Yoshi. I'm gonna give you the best advice. Always go with Yoshi if you're playing Mario Kart 64. Best character in that game. I swear to God, he's the best character. Why I put this in the top 5, it's just a really memorable game, and honestly, if I had to say out of all the Mario Kart games, this one is still my favorite. Even more, I would say the one for Wii U / Switch, if you want to consider, if you want to consider it one game or two separate games, that's up to you. But I like it more than any other Mario Kart game out there, and I think that it is a really recognizable game for the 64. In fact, I would even go so far to say as this game was probably one of the reasons why most people bought a Nintendo 64, other than The Legend of Zelda, or some of the other great titles out there. We'll get to The Legend of Zelda in a minute. Yes, it is in the top 5. Yes. So, Mario Kart 64, number 4. Number 3, Super Smash Bros. This game, oh my god, love it. I remember I first picked this up from a pawn shop. Never bought it new. I bought it used from a pawn shop for $4.99, I believe around 2003. And I do not regret buying this game. This was probably the best single purchase I ever made. I'm going to be completely honest. And what I like about this game is how you can play as all of the different Nintendo characters. I always played as Kirby. Kirby, I swear, is one of the best characters in this game, out of all of them. If I wasn't playing as Kirby, I'd always play as Pikachu, just because I liked Pokemon back then. But why is this in the top 5 list? Super Smash Bros. Is a extremely memorable game. If it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't have the Smash Bros. Series today. Duh. And, it's just such a well put together game. I don't know how to stress enough how game changing this game was, because it just was amazing. I don't know what more to say. So, Super Smash Bros., number 3 on the list. Alright, number 2 on the list would be The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I had many memories of playing this game. I had a friend growing up, and he was my neighbor. Sad story, passed away a few years later. But this was a game that I have warm, nostalgic memories of playing. And I don't know how to describe it. It's just, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is a game that only comes around once in a generation. And it was just so perfect of a game. It just has a high replay value, honestly. But I remember playing this with my friend when I was a kid, and we would spend literally like 5-6 hours a day playing this game for many years, at least 5 or 6 years that we played this together, and it was an amazing game. The reason I have it at number 2 on the list, and not number 1, as some people would say, why isn't it number 1? Well, this is my list, first of all. But I think it's in the top 5 because it's one of the most memorable and well-made games for the Nintendo 64. I'll leave it at that. And the number 1 spot on this list is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Now, this was a real tough decision I had to make between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but I think Majora's Mask is one of the more, of the 2 Zelda games, or I should say of the 2 Legend of Zelda games, excuse me, it's one of the more memorable ones, and it's also one of the more difficult ones. This game caused me so much rage when I was a kid. I used to play this all the time. I actually didn't own this game. I rented it. I actually rented this game from the Blockbuster Video, which eventually became Movie Gallery. And this was a game that I constantly rented. I'm pretty sure I racked up a ton of late fees on my dad's account because of this game. But it was one of those games that I just constantly loved to play, but it was just so damn difficult. Because you literally had a timer before the moon. Oh my god, the moon. That was just horrifying. But why is it number 1 on this list? I think the reason I selected it as my number 1, or actually I should say it's number 1 for probably most lists. Most lists that I've read alternate between Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Like, they'll say one or the other. But for my list, I put Majora's Mask as number 1. Mostly because it is saw as one of the, probably one of the best Legend of Zelda games pre-Breath of the Wild. Of course, I know a few Twilight Princess fans that would beg to differ. Or Skyward Sword. Pick your poison, whichever. I don't care. You just like Zelda. Yeah, I don't care which one you like. If you like any of them, that's fine. But we'll save that for another time. Maybe we'll do a separate The Legend of Zelda video and do a top 5 Legend of Zelda video games. I don't know. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. If not, it's whatever. But that's my top 5 list of best Nintendo 64 video games. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree? And which top 5 list would you like to see me do next in a video? Would you like me to do the top 5 best PS1 video games, or top 5 best Sega Saturn video games, or top 5 best Atari 2600 video games? Pick one of those 3. Whichever one has the most votes there, I'll most likely do. If nobody votes for any of them, then I'll just have to pick my own, I guess. So, yeah, let me know in the comments down below. So, yeah, do you agree or disagree with this list? Let me know, and if you have a top 5, let me see your top 5. Put in the comments down below. I always like to see what people put as their top 5s. It's interesting to see different points of views, because I think everybody deserves to be heard on their opinions. So let me know. I'll be doing my next top 5 probably within the next 5 to 7 days after I release this video. So yeah, hurry up and get those comments in, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you like the video, like it. Don't forget to subscribe. We need more subscriptions. It keeps me motivated. If I can't get any subscriptions, I really can't keep making videos. I do these all for fun. I don't do any kind of monetization on these videos. They're just completely done out of my own sheer boredom. I don't really have to make them, but I do it because I believe in the gaming community, and I like to share news when it comes out. I like to share opinions, and you get the gist of it. I do it for fun. I do it to keep people informed, and I share my opinion. I like to hear other opinions, even if others' opinions may be, I've seen it out there. I've seen it. To some extent, toxic. I've seen some toxic ones out there. But yeah, just let me know your opinion, and I'm always here to hear it. I read all the comments, and yeah. So if you like the video, like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Really helps out, helps the channel grow. And don't forget to hit the bell if you want notifications of when we make more awesome videos. And until next time, I will see ya.